Access Tech Live headlines.
Mobile World Congress is ongoing in Barcelona, and we've seen a whole bunch of announcements out of the telecommunications event. Motorola announced a concept rollable smartphone designed to wear on your wrist. Samsung unveiled their smart ring, finally, including onboard sensors to measure your heart rate, movement, and breathing. OnePlus showed off their watch, the Watch 2, which I happen to have one here, Stephen. I'm not going to show it to you until a couple shows from now, with an astonishing 100 hours of battery life. And Lenovo, well, they showed off a laptop with a transparent screen. Lots of cool features, and future tech was on display. We'll get to some of the accessibility news in just a moment as well. Chromebooks are getting a new way to control a mouse with your keyboard. This new feature is being touted as groundbreaking for users with physical impairments. The feature was introduced on February 22nd and allows users to control the mouse cursor using just keyboard keys. Keys are mapped and arranged to mimic a directional pad on a game controller, and users can navigate the cursor in 8 different directions using just the keys. Now, the configuration is said to make for a more inclusive computing experience, enabling users who struggle with conventional input methods to interact with digital content more easily. If you're looking to actually try out some of these features, you can right now. The shortcut is Control-Shift-M on your Chromebook. Very, very cool. As Mobile World Congress takes place in Barcelona, Google is launching some new AI-related features across its devices, platforms, and, of course, accessibility. Highlights include improved voice recognition, technology that enhances the screen reader capabilities, new tools for organizing and managing tasks. New features are all designed to make it easier for people with disability to use Google's products and their services, while also improving productivity for all users at the same time. More on those features soon on the show in just a couple minutes. You'll have to wait. Amazon has joined the U.S. Artificial Intelligence Safety Institute in a hope to advance the responsible use of AI. Amazon will be collaborating with the National Institute of Standards and Technology to further the government and industry collaboration to advance safe and secure AI, they're calling it. The goal is, of course, to establish a new measurement science that will enable identification of proven and scalable interoperable methods to promote the further development of what they're calling trustworthy and responsible use of AI. Meanwhile, on the stages of the Mobile World Congress, Microsoft's president and vice chair announced a new framework they call the AI Access Principles, which is an 11-point plan to, quote, govern how we will operate our AI data center infrastructure and other assets, AI assets, around the world. The goal is to open the dialogue and conversation with users to determine the future development of AI. Obviously, Stephen, a lot of different companies here trying to get ahead of government mandates and government getting involved and trying to tell people how they're going to use AI and how they're going to future develop it, which is kind of cool that they're trying to get ahead. I guess they're taking a lesson from their history books and looking back to their own history where the government tends to say, hey, what are you doing? You're a monopoly here.
Yeah, well, it's Tristan Harris from the Centre for Humane Research I always go back to on this, because he's the one who always talked about, and of course created that amazing documentary on Netflix, The Social Dilemma. And he did a talk recently around the AI dilemma, and I imagine a similar Netflix documentary is coming, which was kind of trying to say, look, you know, let's learn from the lessons of social media. You know, companies dived right in, we all jumped right in, we didn't realize the damage it could potentially cause. Let's learn those lessons. I'm not entirely convinced. I'd like to be optimistic about this, but things are moving at such a pace at the moment that I fear governments, as we know, they never react as quickly as they should. It takes a long time for legislation to pass, and I'm just not convinced that they're going to be able to keep up with the pace of change. So it's an interesting time for sure, but I'm glad at least there's a conversation happening.
Well, it's not one of those things that you can really take the slow route with, right? You got to be as fast as the technology, and I just don't think the government ever operates that way, especially in the U.S. If you look at anything they're doing at this point in time. So it's interesting, especially heading into an election year. Stephen, spring's around the corner. A lot of schools and people are taking a week off, whether it be next week. I know in Quebec it's next week. Ontario's a week after. In the U.S. they've already started. So when we're thinking about questions for this week to throw out to the audience, we wanted to think of happy spring thoughts. The leaves blossoming on the trees, the birds tweeting. I should have had sound effects here next time.
Tweet,
next
tweet,
time
tweet,
we'll get it.
tweet, tweet, tweet.
I know.
There you go.
Which leads us into the question of the week this week, which is if price wasn't an issue, and we have to put that caveat there, what tech would you love to have outdoors? Can I pose that
Working
question
Wi-Fi.
to you now, or do you want to wait? Well, better Wi-Fi?
I just want better Wi-Fi. Every time I go into the garden, I just get nothing. Useless. Hopeless. Can't do anything.
There are solutions for that, and I don't think price is an issue with that. You could really just. I need to come to Scotland. I think.
Excellent
I'll have to talk to my wife about that. Maybe we can go somewhere else and go to Scotland along the way, because that's pretty much how you do it. If you want to
come to Scotland, I remember your comments from last week, Marc Aflalo. These comments stick, you know. Scotland.
If you want to connect with us on all our social media platforms, it's at Access Tech Live, not ignoring Stephen at all. If you want to email us, it's feedback@accesstechlive.com. And you can get involved, and later on in the show, we will definitely get to your answers to our question. When we come back, we're going to go hands-on with the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Plus, let's talk a little bit about some of those stories in the news. This is Access Tech Live.
There's more Access Tech Live to come. Get involved and have your say at Access Tech Live on social media. We'll be right back.